Welcome to Zeal, Aging Redefined, where we're changing the narrative of aging and inspiring women 40 plus to age with boldness, confidence, and kick-ass positivity. So join me each week as we have real talk conversations to ensure that people know maturity brings strength, wisdom, and superpowers. Welcome to Zeal, Aging Redefined, where we're changing the narrative of aging and inspiring women 40 plus to age with boldness, confidence, and kick-ass positivity. I'm Stella Ringer, your Chief of Aging Fabulous, and I'm here to talk about the real conversations that impact women as we age 40 plus, I'm way over 40 though, in mind, body, beauty, and fashion. So today we're going to talk about kind of transition, new experiences, the entertainment industry, and we have a veteran here that you guys are going to meet who is awesome. And she's going to give us some kind of tips and tools around her experience as it relates to the aging journey, what she's found in the entertainment industry, and we're just going to have a lot of fun today. So please welcome to the show, Tresa Sanders. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So I know we had some conversation back in the makeup room, and I know you're from Michigan. So we want to hear
Flint,
a little
Michigan.
Flint. Okay, be clear now.
Very proud.
It's Flint. Be clear. It's Flint. So let's get to know you a little, Tresa, before we get into kind of your experiences and all the great things you've done in the entertainment industry. So tell us who you are.
Oh, wow. Who am I? I like to say I'm a child of two entrepreneurial minds, my mother and my father. My mother had always been a woman who found something to do to raise her 6 children, be it Beeline, Home Interior. These are names of companies that she sold product for, like all the time, like art. I love art because of my mother. Just the whole kit and caboodle. And my father, he had a record store. I didn't know anything about it because my mother and father got a divorce when I was 2 years old. But when I look back on it, I'm like, okay, that's why I prefer to work for myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's DNA.
Yeah, I was going to say that, is that where you got your entrepreneurial spirit from?
I never knew it until later in life, when I really thought about who they were as people, I would say so. And I'm from Flint, Michigan, the best town in the country. Even though it gets a bad rap now, people are always like, oh my God, what's happening with the water?
Right,
I'm like, it wasn't always like that. And when we grew up, I think this helps make me who I am. We love sports, we love music, but it was a city where in the 60s, maybe the 70s, the Black people in Flint, Michigan were the richest Black people in the country per capita in the whole country.
Wow.
So we were raised like, okay, you're gonna go to college. Yep. Oh, all the kids had cars, of course, because it was General Motors. Like, so we were raised in a different type of way that you would see what Flint is now. So I come from that type of generation too.
Okay.
Very proud of who we were, Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I know that you started Tree Media, which is a PR firm within the entertainment industry, and you've worked with, a lot of big artists, I heard. But tell me, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, and I know you said you actually founded your company when you were 25.
Yes.
So as it relates to kind of this aging journey, so again, you know what Zeal is all about. We want to inspire women to celebrate and embrace aging, but we also know it's not easy either, right? At times, because again, bodies change, things change, so it can be scary for some, I should say. It can be scary for some. So as it relates to you and just the journey that you've been on in an industry where they may focus more on youth, the physical, etc. Tell me how you've kind of navigated, I would say, as you've been on this aging journey.
Well, I've never looked at myself as being on an aging journey.
Okay.
I really, really, really do believe that it's a mindset.
Yes. Yes.
I always feel forever young. Sometimes I'm like, girl, you can't. I'm walking in my house down the stairs, and then I try to jump off the third step from the floor. It's just who I am.
Right.
It's just innate for me. So I think recently, you know, I'm now 57. I know I look 39.
You do.
I know.
You do.
57.
Yes.
I just started thinking about it. I never thought about it before. I was like, okay, do you still, well, people are like, no, you don't have a 35-year-old. I'm like, yeah, I do have a 35-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you don't look it. I know I'm 39. I was 4.
She made history.
So it's mindset.
Yes.
You know, as long as you feel youthful and young and you don't let the ageism control who you are.
Yes.
You don't have to be there. You don't have to sit in that, to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To me.
I agree.
And then, you know, people ask about the skin, and I'm like, moisturize?
Or go back to the old school when your
it.
mama used to put, let me say my mom, Vaseline all in your face.
Listen.
So it helped now.
But my mother, from a young age, and I do it to this day, and I think the young lady that works with me, I think she may have come in and I had a mask on my face. I've been doing it because my mom has always done it. So I always use the best products that I can. If I see my neck is, ooh, let me get some cream, child. Let me hold up. That started early. It started early. Yeah. Moisturize, drink water, take care of yourself. All of that is very, very important. And I think we don't take the time. We get so caught up in work.
Yep.
You know, we get so caught up in our families that we don't take time for ourselves.
Agree.
Even a little, doing your own little facial and sitting back is everything.
Yeah. And I agree with you on the mindset piece and I think that's half the battle for anything, whether you're aging or it's a new relationship or whatever. It's all about how you approach. I always call it A squared. I always say it's attitude and approach to anything.
It's attitude and approach.
Attitude and approach. So tell us about, again, this entertainment industry. And again, if you've ever seen or experienced, again, as you've, you know, done very well in the industry, or how have you been a mentor, I should say, as it relates to kind of you, again, kind of aging and moving through this industry that focuses more on youth?
Let me see. The industry is forever changing. And if you don't have the ability to change with it, you're not going to make it. I've been in the music industry or entertainment industry because we do TV and film and touring and athletes and, you know, over the years, but for over 30 years. And so I remember when we were faxing press releases. Then we shifted to emailing. Then we shifted to the World Wide Web. I mean, I've been there from every step of now Instagram influencers are the most important media folks that you could have a relationship with. You want to reach out to them before Rolling Stone.
Right.
Times have changed. You have to be willing to change. And I think that the music keeps you young. It really, really does. I love music. I love all of it. I was dating somebody one time, and I was rapping. And he said,
But did you have the flow going? Did you have the flow going?
I was It keeps you young.
It does.
So the entertainment business does keep me young. I'm blessed to be in that because everyone that's my age, they're like, what is she listening to now? What is she talking about? She has all the lingo.
You have to keep yourself abreast of things as well, because even for me personally, in the role, I was in an entertainment marketing role, where again, I connected brands with celebrities and influencers. And I was working with one of our brands that focus on hip hop music, and that is their consumer. And I was responsible for connecting that brand with hip hop artists. And of course, the brands didn't know like my age. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to make sure, you know, that I've got the right people? And I had to think through, like, Stella, don't think about the age thing. That you, first of all, you have the best consumer person to tell you what's going on, because my son at that time was
Exactly.
probably about 17 or 18. He was my advisory board. The brand doesn't know this, but that's what happened. He was my advisory board. But the aging thing got to me. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to make sure that I'm doing things correctly? Because they don't know that I was probably 50 at the time when I was connecting the brand to hip hop artists.
Right.
50 now. I was 50.
Right.
I'm like, how am I going to do this? So at the end of the day, I had to step back and say, girl, you got the best transferable skills ever. You've got great strategic skills and creative skills and communication skills. Take those transferable skills and just apply it. Don't think about your age and the industry.
Do not.
Just do those transferable skills. Girl, I connected some good people with the brands, and the brand team will tell you today, Stella knew what she was doing.
She knew what was
so
up.
have you ever, again, just because it is that industry,
Yeah.
and I know you mentioned your mindset, have you ever thought, again, though, that, hey, I'm this age, I'm in this industry, did it ever pop up at all?
It's never popped up.
Okay.
I never intended on being in the music industry. It just kind of dropped in my lap. I was just got to New York. I was working for Walden Books in IT. Walden Books became Borders a little bit later. And I met a guy in the industry. We started dating. He was like, you should be a publicist. I'm like, okay, no problem. And that's really how it happened.
Wow.
And so he was a producer and also a rapper. And he was like, you can handle my first campaign as a solo rapper, because he was in a group. And I was like, sure. He was like, I'm going to introduce you to two of the best PR people in New York. One of them was Bill Adler, who is still a very good friend of mine today, and Layla Turkin, who had a company called Set to Run that worked with Russell Simmons a lot. And I ended up working underneath Layla and just for free, just watching what she did. And I started his campaign. He ended up in New York Times, Rolling Stone, like you name it, everything. Village Voice in New York was a really big paper. I got it all.
Yeah.
And I had never done it before. So I've never had the mindset, and mindset is very important.
Yep.
I've never had the mindset that I couldn't do something. And I never I've always felt youthful. So although we're talking about aging, I've never focused on aging.
Yeah.
I have never focused. It's not been my hyper focus because I'm so young.
Yeah.
I'm so young.
It's all about
I have like
spirit, too,
another
like you
50 to
said.
go. I'm only halfway there.
Right.
Seriously.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's how you feel.
Right.
It's how you
like we
feel.
said, mindset, approach, attitude, it's all around that.
And even like when I was in the military, as a young woman, I was supervising people 3 times my age. So I've never been caught up in the age thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always been caught up in a doing thing.
Excellent. I like that.
You know?
I like that.
Just be a
So
doer.
then aging out loud then is something you live every day, right? So again, Zeal is all about inspiring women, providing a platform for them to just age out loud. So what is your definition? Seems like you just explained it. And then how did it manifest in your life just to age out loud?
Just embrace who you are at every stage of your life. Because who you are is inside your spirit and your soul. It's not this. It's not this shell.
Yes.
And this is what shines through, is your inside. And if you focus on being a good person, if you focus on being a joyful person, it shines through and no one sees age. I don't believe it.
And I think that's why the brand didn't know they were working with a lady who was half of 100 at that time.
Didn't know.
Because I never portrayed that. Even though the little question came up, I had to combat that. But I think that's why.
You embraced your inner self, not the outer core or the number that's assigned to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Got it. So let's talk about, you mentioned the Navy.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us, I know I may not, cryptologist.
Yes, high five.
Tell us what that is. See, I said it wrong. It's cryptologist.
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 You said it right.
I said it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's cryptology that
Okay.
we do, right?
Okay.
So when I was enlisted into the Navy, they were like, "Oh my God, you score so high. We're gonna put you in cryptology." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What is that?" They were like, "A spy." I was like, "A spy." I said, "Like a Bond girl?" They were like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
I'm
All
down
right.
with that. I can be a Bond girl. I can be a Bond girl.
You're
I can do it.
officially a Bond girl.
But when I got in, it was more Hogan Heroes. Okay? I don't know if everybody knows who the Hogan Heroes are. It was more Morse code. It was more, communications and sending and receiving messages and, ticker tapes. But that was all very, very important.
Okay.
So what I found myself, and I like, if people ever watch Scandal, and they go to the Situation Room, I was the person that would go into the Situation Room and give them the information. It was all about information, and it was spy work, so to speak, right?
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Okay. And then you made that transition
And
right
then-
when you...
Yeah, so I got out, and I went into IT work as soon as I got out. I moved to California first. It was terrible. Had the worst experience of my life in California. That's why I don't like California. And I think it's because of when I got out of the military and went straight there, I was faced with, having a baby because I was a young mother and thinking that the money that I made in the military would be a good amount of money to make on the outside as a civilian. Okay. And I didn't take into consideration all the different layers of money that I got for housing, being overseas or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I accepted a smaller amount of money. And I found myself almost homeless. Just about to live in a car with a baby, definitely not buying food, just feeding him. And a lot of people don't know that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here I am like a 22, 23-year-old in California. My mom's in Michigan, and I'm with a baby.
Yeah.
I'm there to get married. I changed my mind about getting married because I've always been independent, and it's like, I can do this on my own. I really don't need you. But I found myself about to live in my car, and my cousin called, and he was like, your dad lives in California, and I had forgotten. I was like, oh yeah, I did. Because my mother and father got a divorce when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really, I would talk to him once a year, but I didn't really know him like that. And that is what kind of saved me for the 8 months remaining that I was there before I made my way back to the East Coast. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So perseverance, I see. Perseverance, mindset, youthful spirit, you get it done. I see. So what tidbits, additional tidbits, would you give someone that might be struggling a little as they go through this aging journey? I shared with some of the other guests, a young lady that I met who said she was turning 40 this year, and she was having, she was having issue with it. Body's changed a little.
Yes.
She said, I looked in the mirror, face has changed some. What piece of advice would you give?
My
someone?
struggle came with really paying attention to body changing at 45. That's when I started gaining weight because I was, a slim,
But I need your height. I need your height now.
Forever. And I never thought I was going to gain weight. I never thought I would gain weight. So I would say, for younger women, start now, keep, work out, eat right, treat your body right, treat your mind right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start early. Do not start late. Don't wait till you're 40 to start taking care of yourself in the aging process, Even now, a lot of people, therapy, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I have done it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to go back into doing it. But talking to someone about what you're going through is very helpful. Don't hold it inside.
Yeah.
You know, but do something.
Mm-hmm.
My motto had always been, people would say, "Oh my God, you started a company so early, and you still doing it 30 years later, and you've been successful. You worked with this one and that one."
Yeah.
I've never, and I said this earlier, I used to tell people my motto was Nike's motto.
Mm-hmm. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So just take care of yourself. Just know that you are beautiful. Just know that you are aging beautiful. Just do the things that you need to do, you know, for you.
Yeah.
No, woe is me, I'm getting old.
Right.
That doesn't fly.
Right.
We're supposed to be here for a very long time.
And we're all here for a reason.
Right.
We're all here for a reason.
Right.
So the 30 years that you've been in entertainment, what's been your most impactful experience?
A little known, well, he's in the urban scope of things, he's not known very, largely. His name is Michael Franti. He's an artist. He had a band called Spearhead, and his work was all about, during that time, AIDS was really, really, really running rampant. So he had an HIV campaign. He was all about homelessness, giving back.
Yeah.
That kind of campaign, to me, was the best and most meaningful campaign I've ever done. More so than working with Master P, more so than working with Mary J. Blige, more so than working with Common, more so because I'm all about the good work.
Yeah.
I'm all about the work that feeds the soul.
Yeah.
Music
much
feeds the
is
soul
given,
too, but
much is required.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And his music matched his spirit.
Yeah. Awesome.
And that's hard to find in the music industry. These people are...
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, you've worked with them?
Yep. But I know just your journey in the 30 years, I know that you ensure from a mentorship standpoint and kind of trying to help them through, because I know that was one thing I tried to do, like you said, kind of think about things that, what do you stand for?
Separate yourself.
So
I was just asked, well, it came up in my office. Oh, you guys always say that the music industry is evil, the entertainment industry is evil. I was like, it is. So why are you still in it? That was the question that was posed to me just last week. I was like, just because you're of the evil, you don't necessarily have to be in the evil. Separate yourself, do the work of God. You know what I mean? And you don't have to worry about the rest of it.
Or you help to make a change.
Or you help to make a change.
So,
yeah.
Tresa,
let's
talk about reinvention. As I mentioned, and you mentioned to me, the mindset piece has always been like key for you. So as we think about your clients and people that you help as it relates to kind of PR, what about reinvention? Is it needed? How do you feel? How do you feel about that? What's your take on it?
I think everyone has a reset button, and mine is actually coming up right now. Okay. I'm pivoting, and I say, I've done all this marketing, public relations for others. It's time to do it for myself. Yes. People are like, aren't you working for yourself? You have a business. This is your firm. This is your agency. I came into PR for someone else. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was my big idea.
Right.
So I was helping my ex, and I've been doing it for 30 years. Now
helping your ex? Oh, no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, no.
I'm joking.
No.
Go ahead, girl. I'm joking.
He got somebody else to help him right now.
No, I'm joking.
Not me.
Keep going. Keep going.
So it's time to pivot and market and publicize the next business that I want past 50. Okay. I'm going to go into health and wellness.
Nice.
I have already started putting together, I got my trademark, my copyright, started making my formulations, and transition is happening, and it doesn't stop. You can do whatever you want to do, no matter how old you are.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
love it.
Transition.
Love it. And I know you're going to do well because of all the characteristics that you'll take, those transferable skills like we talked about from entertainment to what you're doing from a wellness perspective. So I wish you much success.
Yes. So it's never too late.
Exactly. Awesome. Okay, I've got a challenge for you right
Okay.
quick, okay? We're going to play this little challenge game called Crush the Negativity.
Okay.
And the objective of that is, again, to change, as you mentioned, the mindset as women age. When I say change the mindset, men, women, children, society, etc., that it's not over once you turn 40.
Oh, no.
It's a new beginning to a new lifestyle chapter. So I'm going to say a word or a few words
Okay.
that society has deemed negative as we age, as women age,
Okay.
40 plus, and we're going to flip the script. And I want you to say the first positive thing, word, phrase, whatever, that kind of comes to mind. So as an example, wrinkles, I would say, is wisdom.
Oh.
So
Ooh,
we
I'm
wanna
not quick on this.
We
Hold
want to
on.
flip the script. That's all right. That's all right. So
Yeah.
first word,
Okay.
menopause.
I was going to say hot flashes.
That happens. That
Okay, something
happens.
positive. Menopause.
Is that right?
What is positive about menopause?
It's part of life. For me, personally,
What would you
it's
say?
part of life. You know, it's the
But what's
change.
your word?
Menopause, bring it on.
Oh, something like that.
Bring it on. Because I can't do anything about it. So I need to research, become educated on what's going to happen during this process, and just accept it. Honor it, respect it.
Oh, I like that.
Honor it, respect it.
Okay. I don't know if I'm good at this.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. Girl, you're too old to be sexy. Your face said it.
What?
Your face said it.
Girl, you too
Girl,
old.
you're too old to be sexy. What would you say to that?
Age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, I hate to recite him, but don't put that.
Your face said it all. Your face was like, excuse me? Excuse me.
You too old to be sexy?
Yeah, you hear all kinds of things as you age. And I just want people to understand that life is not over.
Life
Is not over. You know, when you turn 40, we see the balloons over the hill, black balloons, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're getting to our best.
We are.
Getting to our best.
You know
So,
more.
yeah. You use your experiences, your knowledge, your wisdom, not only to help others, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's just, I think you can stand taller.
You definitely.
So I'm like, I might be 5'1", but in my mind, I'm 5'11".
Oh, yes. You are
Add a
with them
one
heels
to
on,
that.
girl. Yes.
Exactly. But thank you so much, Tresa, for joining us today and giving us your wisdom nuggets. And again, just you being a veteran in the entertainment industry and being so successful from an entrepreneur's point of view. I just want people to hear the great stories.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, and we'll have you back. And
Oh.
if you need me for anything, let me know.
I will. I
Okay.
will.
Thanks, Zeal Nation, for joining us again. I know you learned so much from Tresa. See? Tresa. Say it in the camera, Tresa.
Think of a tree and add an S-A on the end. Tresa.
Tresa.
There
So
you
I
go.
know you learned a lot from her today. I know I did. So join us next week for another Real Talk conversation around the aging journey. Zeal, Aging Redefined.
It
I'm
is.
Stella Ringer, your Chief of Aging Fabulous. See you next time.